Sister Wives. This cast member has finally decided to speak their mind in Season 20, hints towards tough conversations. Season 20 of Sister Wives is shaping up to be one of the most dramatic and emotional seasons yet. And now, one cast member has finally decided to break their silence, speaking their mind in ways that fans have been waiting years to hear. For years, tensions have been bubbling under the surface, but it looks like Season 20 is the moment when hard truths and tough conversations are finally coming out. The big reveal centers around the fact that not everyone in the Brown family has been willing to speak openly about the deep fractures in their relationships. While Christine, Janelle, and Mary have often voiced their frustrations with Cody, there have always been other family members who stayed quieter, choosing to avoid direct confrontation. But according to recent teasers and insider scoops, one member of the cast is finally done holding back, and their decision to speak their truth could change the entire dynamic moving forward. So, what exactly is going on in Season 20? And who is finally speaking their mind? From the beginning of Sister Wives, the family was built on the idea of unity, shared responsibilities, and love between multiple households. But over the last few seasons, fans have seen that unity crumble in real time. Christine left Cody after years of frustration, Janelle followed her own path, and Mary was effectively sidelined before finally making her own decisions about the future. All that was left standing in the middle of the wreckage was Cody and Robin, who seemed to tighten their bond while the rest of the family drifted further and further apart. For years, many fans wondered why some of the Brown children didn't speak out more about their experiences, especially as the cracks in the family grew deeper. While some kids like Garrison and Gabe shared their frustrations in past seasons, others remained reserved. But in Season 20, teasers strongly suggest that one of the Brown kids is finally stepping forward, not only to share their feelings, but also to call out the bigger issues within the family dynamic. This revelation is huge because for so long, Cody has been accused of showing favoritism toward Robin and her children, while neglecting or outright ignoring his relationships with his older kids. Fans saw glimpses of this in past seasons when Gabe felt abandoned, when Garrison confronted Cody, and when Isabel felt let down by her father during her surgery situation. But many of the other kids often stayed quiet, leaving viewers to wonder if they were keeping the peace behind the scenes or simply unwilling to air their struggles publicly. Season 20, however, changes that. In previews, there are hints that these conversations are no longer being brushed under the rug. One cast member, whose identity producers are carefully teasing, finally takes the step to voice the pain, confusion, and disappointment that so many fans know has been simmering for years. What makes this moment even more powerful is that it's not just about frustration with Cody. The upcoming tough conversations will also touch on themes of loyalty, fractured trust, and what family really means when people stop prioritizing each other. In fact, insiders suggest that these conversations may force Robin and Cody to face criticism that they've avoided for years. While Robin has often been portrayed as emotional and misunderstood, many fans have long suspected that her influence has played a role in isolating Cody from his other wives and children. If that suspicion is finally addressed directly by a family member, it could lead to one of the most explosive showdowns in the series' history. But what exactly will this outspoken cast member say? While TLC hasn't revealed exact details, there are strong hints that the conversations won't just be about surface-level disagreements. Instead, they will dig deep into the emotional toll of favoritism, neglect, and years of broken promises. Imagine a child finally telling their parent that they felt left out, unloved, or replaced. That's the kind of raw, heart-wrenching honesty that Season 20 promises to deliver. And it's not just about the kids. There are also reports that at least one of the former wives will circle back into these conversations, perhaps in support of the child who speaks out. Christine, for example, has never been afraid to share her truth, and if one of her children is the one to finally open up, it's likely she'll stand firmly in their corner. Janelle, too, has shown immense loyalty to her kids, especially as they've grown more vocal about their issues with Cody. Viewers may finally see a united front of children and mothers holding Cody accountable for the choices he's made and the relationships he's let deteriorate. The idea of tough conversations is something Cody himself has hinted at in past seasons. However, fans have noticed that he often deflects or turns the blame back on others, rather than taking responsibility for his part in the family's breakdown. Season 20 might be the first time Cody is unable to avoid those tough conversations, because the voices challenging him aren't just from his ex-wives, they're from his children, the very people he once claimed were his priority. The emotional weight of this cannot be understated. For years, fans have watched the children grow up on screen, witnessing their struggles, milestones, and relationships with their parents. To now see them as adults speaking their truth adds a whole new layer of intensity to the show. It's no longer just about whether the wives can make polygamy work. It's about the lasting impact those choices had on the kids who grew up in the middle of it. And fans are already buzzing with theories. Some believe that Mykelti, Christine's daughter, could be the one to step up. Others think it may be one of Janelle's children, possibly Savannah, who has stayed more quiet compared to her brothers. Whoever it is, the fact that the Brown kids are finally speaking up suggests that the days of silence and polite avoidance are over. This shift also raises big questions about the future of Sister Wives. If Season 20 brings these raw, emotional conversations to light, what does that mean for the show's core message? For years, it was marketed as a story about love, faith, and the strength of plural marriage. But now it has transformed into a cautionary tale about what happens when love is uneven, when favoritism divides a family, and when silence allows resentment to fester. There's also speculation about how Robyn will react. She has often been emotional when accused of favoritism or manipulation, and if a child or former wife directly confronts her this season, fans can expect tears, defensiveness, and possibly some of the most dramatic scenes yet. Robyn has long been viewed as Cody's most loyal supporter, but the question remains, how will she handle it when the criticism doesn't just come from the other wives, but from the children themselves? The upcoming season is being described as a turning point for the series, where the Browns are no longer pretending that everything can be fixed. Instead, they're finally facing the reality of the deep divides that exist. That makes this season one of the most anticipated in the history of the show. In many ways, the moment one cast member chooses to speak up represents the breaking of silence for the entire family. It signals a shift away from quiet resentment and toward open honesty. It may be painful, it may be messy, but it